How's it going, everyone? Hope you're all well. Mr. Boulder here, back tonight, and I'm talking about 25 of my favourite thrash metal songs in this video. As you can see from the title of the video, this is part one, so there'll be more of these videos coming in the future. Not just on thrash metal, there's going to be top 25s on extreme metal, hard rock and glam metal, grunge and alternative, and probably some classic rock, some classic metal as well. And I've had a couple of requests about doing a video on some of my guilty pleasures, so I'll probably do a top 25 guilty pleasures video as well. After the usual sip of coffee, going to get straight into the video. Obviously 25 songs to talk about, so I'm not going to talk about them in too much detail, otherwise the video will go on forever. But first things first, we're going to head over to Germany, and the only CD I've got to show, because this is really hard to come by on vinyl. But here is Sodom and their 1989 album, Agent Orange. And the track I'm going with is the title track, Agent Orange. An absolutely fantastic track. It's about 6.5 minutes long. Some absolutely furious riffing. Some nice mid-pace riffs and some very fast riffs. The excellent vocals of Tom Angel Ripper. They've got that slightly blackened style to them, which makes them a bit unique in thrash, especially at the time as well. A nice breakdown after the second chorus, and then it gets really fast again, speeds up. Excellent chorus, which is really catchy. Some fast, frantic solos, fast riffing. Just a fantastic song that always makes me want to turn up to 11 whenever I hear it. Just an absolutely phenomenal song. Some excellent German thrash from Sodom. The title track from their 1989 album, Agent Orange, is absolute beast. Up next, we're heading back here to the UK for my favourite thrash metal song of the last 20 years. Here's Evil and their album Enter the Grave, their debut album, which came out in 2007. And the track I'm talking about is a second song, Thrasher. This is an absolutely fantastic song. It's about being in the pit, obviously. So very similar to Metallica's Whiplash or Ecstasy's Bonded by Blood. So it starts off with a really fast, frantic riff. The drums from Ben Carter throughout are excellent. The riffs throughout the entire song are fantastic. And great lyrics. A lot of the lyrics in this one. And particularly a lot of the vocals from Matt Drake, who's no longer in the band. Of course, his brother, Old Drake, has taken over on vocal duties now. I still miss Matt's vocals, I won't lie. He had a great voice, or has a great voice, I should say. And it's just an absolutely fantastic song. Really great chorus. Easy to sing along to. Very catchy. Killer solo from Old Drake, some brilliant riffs. It's over and done within about 3 minutes, and it's just an absolutely fantastic song that I absolutely love. Easily my favourite thrash song in the last 20 years, hands down. A brilliant song and a brilliant album. Evolves Into the Grave. Second track, Thrasher, is an absolute beast. On to the third choice now, and here's Exodus, Temple of the Damned, their comeback album from 2004. Their first album in 12 years. And the song I'm talking about is track 2, War is My Shepherd, which completely blew me away when I first heard it. Great riffs from Gary Holt and Rick Hunolt. Steve Souza on the vocals. Absolutely outstanding vocal performance. Tom Hunting on the drums. Absolutely pounding the hell out of the drums on this track. The riffs are just so catchy. And the vocal patterns in the verses from Zetro are absolutely fantastic. And he really screams his head off in the chorus when he's screaming War is My Shepherd. And it's just so catchy, such a hook, and just a song I absolutely love. One of my favourite Exodus songs, no doubt about it. An absolute beast, fast and frantic, a fantastic song. Exodus' War is My Shepherd from Temple of the Damned is an absolutely fantastic thrash metal tune, definitely one of my favourites. Sticking with the United States now, going over to New York and Nuclear Assault. This is their 1989 album, Handled with Care. And the track I'm talking about is track 2, which is Critical Mass. Absolutely brilliant. Dan Lilker's bass, nice and clear and prominent in the mix. The guitar work of John Connolly and Anthony Bramante, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Excellent riffs. Like I say, the bass is nice and prominent, you can hear it clearly. The drums from Glenn Evans are great. Vocally, fantastic. I absolutely love John Connolly's vocals. He's recently retired, so you won't be seeing him anymore. Lyrically, it's addressing a lot of sort of issues that go on with the world with regard to sort of taking care of the world, like pollution. You hear oil spills mentioned in the lyrics to this. Excellent vocal delivery from John Connolly. The vocals in the verses are very fast, very well delivered. Great chorus, catchy stuff, excellent song. Critical Mass from Handle with Care is an absolute beast of a thrash song. And another one I'll always crank up to 10, no doubt about it. Fantastic track. Up next, and I couldn't have picked any song from this album. Here's Annihilator, so we're going over to Canada now, and their debut album, Alice in Hell. And the track I'm going to go with is Alice in Hell. Wayne Dardy's bass is excellent on this track. He is the bass that kicks it off, and he's got some nice parts he plays throughout the entire track. Excellent guitar work from Jeff Waters, of course. The drums are great as well. And the vocals of Randy Rampage, who's sadly no longer with us, are absolutely fantastic. He sounds really menacing on this song. And it's just a fantastic song. When the chorus is really, really catchy as well. When Jeff is doing the Alice in Hell part and screaming that part really loudly, it sounds excellent. Randy's vocals, of course, throughout the choruses as well are great. Excellent guitar solo. An absolutely phenomenal song. And this album is just full of phenomenal songs. Like I said, I could have picked any one, but for me, Alice in Hell from Annihilator's Alice in Hell debut from 1989 is an absolute beast of a thrash metal song, and I absolutely love it. Going back to the States now, and here's Testament and their New Order album from 1988, their second full length. And the track I'm going to go with is Into the Pit. Just phenomenal riffs throughout the entire song from Alex Skolnick and Eric Peterson. The drums from Louis Clemente do the job. He's never the best thrash drummer, but he gets the job done. Good vocals from Chuck Billy. And it's all about the riffs in this one for me. They're my favourite part of the entire song. So many good riffs throughout the entire track. Good chorus as well. Chuck sounds good. And just an excellent song that I always love listening to. Probably my favourite one on this album. Maybe not my favourite, but it's right up there, obviously. But Into the Pit from Testament's The New Order is an absolutely fantastic thrash metal song, which I absolutely love. Going to Brazil now. Sepultura, Arise. My favourite Sepultura album from 1991. And I'm going with the title track, first song, Arise. Once the sound effects finish at the start of the song and everything comes in really, really fast and heavy, it's just absolutely fantastic until the song finishes. It doesn't let up on the intensity. The riffs are amazing. Igor Cavalier's drumming performance on this song throughout the entire album is absolutely stunning. That guy really knows how to play the drums. And the guitars from Andreas Kisser and Max just sound fantastic. Excellent riffs, really, really strong chorus. Max's vocals are absolutely phenomenal. Even when it slows down a little bit after the second chorus, it's still fast and frantic, and it's an absolute beast, and one of my favourite Sepultura songs, hands down. This album is an absolute beast. It's full of great tracks, but the title track, Arise, without a doubt, one I always turn up to 10, and an absolute phenomenal song from these guys. Back to the States now, over to New York, I think Sacred Reich are from. This is The American Way, and again, I'm going to go with the title track, which is a fantastic song. Proof that you don't need to be writing really, really tricky riffs for the riffs to be good. The riffs on this are fairly simplistic, and that's part of the charm. They're really, really hooky, easy to get into your head, and I love everything about this song. Phil Ryan's vocals are great. I love the vocal patterns in the verses, and the choruses are also very, very catchy. Drums are good, solo's great. But just the simplicity of those riffs are what hooks me in on this. And yeah, the lyrics are very, very good as well. Excellent song from these guys and a fantastic album. Sacred Reich's The American Way from 1990. The title track is an absolutely phenomenal song, which I absolutely love. A true thrash classic for me. Can't talk about thrash without talking about these guys. Here's Metallica, Ride the Lightning, their second full-length album from 1984. And I'm going with track 1, Fight Fire with Fire. After the acoustic intro, it's all guns blazing from there onwards. Really fast, frantic riffing. Lars doing an amazing job on the drums. Loads of double kick drums. Excellent vocals in the verses, which I really enjoy. But it's the chorus where it's at for me. The chorus is incredibly catchy. The riffs are fast and frantic. Excellent solo from Kirk Hammett. Just a perfect way to kick off this absolutely stunning album. Fight Fire with Fire is an absolutely fantastic track. There's loads of great songs on this, but as far as thrash goes, it doesn't get any better than that on this album for me. Fight Fire with Fire from Metallica's Ride the Lightning is an absolutely fantastic track, and I absolutely love it. Sticking with the States, Megadeth, their 1990 album Rust in Peace, their fourth full-length album. And the track I'm going to go with is track 3, Take No Prisoners, which is just a phenomenal song. Absolutely love it. Great riffs from Dave Mustaine and Marty Friedman. I like the way in the verses where the vocals are, Dave sings a line, then you have the backing vocals singing the next line. Sounds fantastic. Loads and loads of great riffs. Catchy chorus. Really, really strong stuff. Of course, amazing solos from Marty and Dave. Nick Men's on the drums, doing an absolutely fantastic job. Rest in peace. Dave Ellison's little bass fill after the second chorus sounds really, really good. Great vocal patterns across the entire song. Absolutely love it. Chorus is strong. The riffs are amazing. Of course they are. Take No Prisoners from Megadeth, 1998. Masterpiece, Rust in Peace is a phenomenal Megadeth song. A phenomenal thrash song, which I absolutely love. Back to the UK now. And here's Zentrix on their debut album from 1989, Shattered Existence. And the track I'm going with is track 2, Balance of Power. Again, the riffs on this track are not really that difficult to play. They're fairly simplistic, but very, very effective. Just fantastic riffs. Love the vocals from Chris Astley. Christian Harvard's guitar work is also fantastic. Dennis Gasser on the drums shines on this one for me. Great drums throughout the entire song. Excellent verses. Really nice chorus and just really, really catchy riffs. Just make this an absolutely amazing song as far as I'm concerned. And it's an amazing album. There's loads of great songs on this. But Balance of Power from Shattered Existence from Zentrix, their debut. A fantastic song with some excellent riffs. Really, really good vocals and just an absolutely fantastic song. Up next, a band I never ever see get shown in the VC. And this is one of the newer thrash bands who appeared in the sort of mid-2000s mark. This is Bonded by Blood and their second album, Exiled to Earth. And the track I'm going to go with is track 3, Prototype Death Machine. A song that is absolutely packed with amazing riffs. The drums are fantastic. Solos are really, really good. But for me, the standout here is the vocals. And I'm going to have a quick look at the inlay for the vocalist's name. I think his stage name was Aladdin, Jose something Aladdin. I can't quite see it here, unfortunately. But he was the standout of this band for me. His vocal style was very unique. Very over the top. Reminds me a little bit of Bobby Ellsworth from Overkill. And his vocals just make the song really, really good. Very, very prominent. Excellent vocals. Loads and loads of great guitar riffs. Strong chorus. Amazing solo. A fantastic track. And a band that no one ever talks about. If you're in a thrash and you've not heard these guys, ignore the fact that they named their band after a classic metal album. That doesn't matter, because that's the reason you haven't listened to these guys. You're missing out on some fantastic thrash. This album is packed full of great songs, but Prototype Death Machine is just an absolute beast, an absolutely phenomenal song, which I always crank up to 10. Coming back to the UK now, and here's Onslaught on the Force, their second full-length album from 1986. Proper Slayer, early Slayer worship here. Musically, this sounds like this could come from Show No Mercy or Hell Awaits. The only difference really is Psyche that doesn't sound anything like Tom Araya. Hitting some really high notes in the vocals. I'm talking about Thrash to the Death here. I haven't said the song title yet, have I? Yeah, Thrash to the Death. This is another album that's full of great tracks. I could have picked any of them, but Thrash to the Death is my favourite. Fast, frantic riffing, great drums. High-pitched vocals in the chorus. Psyche is really giving it some. Just such a catchy track. And just absolutely love it. Everything about the song is fantastic. Great vocals, great riffs, and really, really great stuff. I forgot the bloody title again. Yeah, last track, Thrash to the Death. Absolutely fantastic from these Bristol thrashers. Going up to New Jersey now, and Overkill. This is their album Under the Influence from 1988. Their second full length, no, third actually. And the track I'm going to go with is track 1, Shred. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Starts off really fast and frantic. Then the verses are mid-pace with some really, really nice riffing. The excellent Bobby Blitzwellsworth, his fantastic vocal delivery, very unique, very over the top, and that's what I like about it. Just a great track, really, really good. And the chorus is fantastic. You've got the backing vocals that shout the word shred, and then Bobby doing his vocals. Gets really fast where the solo is. Excellent solo from Bobby Gustafson. Just an absolutely fantastic track. Dee Dee Verney's bass, nice and clear and prominent throughout. Brilliant vocals, brilliant riffs, excellent catchy chorus. Shred from Overkill's Under the Influence album is an absolutely fantastic track. Over to New York now, so not too far away from New Jersey, and this is Anthrax, their third full-length album from 1987, Among the Living, and the track I'm going to go with is the last track on side A, A Skeleton in the Closet, which for me is a track that gets completely overlooked in this album. I mean, there's some absolute classics on this, of course, like Among the Living, Coin and Marsh, I Am the Law, but I absolutely love A Skeleton in the Closet, and I think it doesn't get talked about enough. Some excellent gallopy riffs in it. The vocals from Joey Belladonna throughout the verses are great, but it's where the vocals are at in the choruses for me that's the best thing about this. You have the gang vocals shouting out parts of the chorus, and then Joey's delivering his line. Some nice solo in it as well, really catchy stuff, excellent verses. Just an absolutely excellent song which doesn't get talked about enough for me. Absolutely love A Skeleton in the Closet. An underrated gem, I think, from Anthrax. The last track on side A of 1987's fantastic Among the Living. Skeleton in the Closet. Underrated gem. Back over to California and Slayer, 1988's South of Heaven, their fourth full-length album. The track I'm going to go with is the second track, Silent Scream. This is again a bit like the Anthrax song I just talked about. I think this one flies under the radar a bit. For me, this track is all about Dave Lombardo's drums. He sounds absolutely fantastic, of course, an amazing drummer. The riffs are absolutely great as well. The intro riff is really, really catchy. I love it. Tom Arai's vocals quite sort of mellow and held back compared to on some of the other songs. But for me, it totally works. Strong chorus. The solos are quite decent as well. I mean, when I think of great solos, Slayer's not a band that springs to mind, it has to be said. But I do like the solos in this song. And Silent Scream, track 2 from South of Heaven from 1988, is an absolutely great track, which I really, really love. And yeah, again, I think this one flies under the radar a little bit. Over to Germany now, and here's Creator and their Enemy of God from 2005. I think it's 2005. Not only a fantastic track, but what a great name for a song. Again, the riffing is fast and frantic from these German legends. The vocal patterns in the verses are really great. Mille Petrosa's voice is fantastic. And when he's screaming Enemy of God in the chorus, it just sounds absolutely killer. The drumming is fast and frantic, absolutely pummeling throughout. Just an absolutely amazing song. It's one of my favourite Creator songs, without a doubt. I would pick this over a lot of the stuff that they did back in the 80s. Not saying that anything bad about those songs, but for me this is easily one of their best songs. Very catchy, massive chorus you can sing along to. It's full of aggression. It's definitely got balls, and it's just absolutely phenomenal. Creator's Enemy of God is just an absolute beast of a thrash metal song. Up next, on an album that's going to be getting featured in a upcoming vinyl update, because here is the brand new reissue at last of Demolition Hammer, an epidemic of violence from 1992. Track I'm going to go with is track number 1, Skull Fracturing Nightmare, which completely blew me away the first time I heard it. I remember driving to work the first time I heard this album, driving down the motorway, and it's just absolutely fantastic. Fast and frantic throughout. Loads of attitude. The vocals are bordering on death metal, and so's the music, really. I mean, this isn't too far from death metal for a thrash band, to be honest. The drums are absolutely fantastic in the whole album, not just in this track. And the drummer actually passed away a long time ago now. I think he died in about 1996. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, Vinny Days, absolutely amazing drummer. He pounds throughout the entire album, but on the first song particularly, just absolutely fantastic. Double kick drums are going away, left, right, and centre. Great riffs, vocals absolutely fantastic. It's just nasty, fast and frenzied. An absolutely amazing song, which I just love. Always turn that one up to 10. Skull Fracturing Nightmare, the first song from Demolition Hammer's 1992 masterpiece, Epidemic of Violence, is a beast of a thrash metal track. Bit of crossover now. We're sticking with the United States, and here's Municipal Waste and their Art of Partying album from 2007. Song I'm going to go with is Sadistic Magician. Starts off with Landfill's excellent bass line, then the riffs come in with the drums. Some great riffs throughout the entire song. For me, though, the thing I love most about the song is Tony Forrester's vocals. The vocal patterns in the verses are really, really good. I like the lyrics. The patterns in the vocals are really, really, really good. I really enjoy them a lot. and excellent vocals in the choruses as well. Just a fantastic song. Again, this is only about sort of 3 minutes long, I think. Just an absolute standout song, incredibly catchy, easy to sing along to, great gang vocals in the choruses, and just an excellent track from an excellent album, Municipal Waste, Sadistic Magician, fantastic song. Now up next, these guys are down as speed metal. But for me, speed metal, thrash metal, there's not a lot of difference really, so I'm going to include it anyway, and it's just a fantastic song that I need to talk about. This is another one that blew me away the first time I ever heard it. And it's Agent Steel, who I think are from New York. This is Skeptic's Apocalypse from 1985. And of course, I'm going with the song Agents of Steel. Loads of amazing guitar solos, fast, really fast, frantic riffing. The drums are excellent, but of course, the standout for me is John Soros' vocal performance. Very, very unique. Incredibly high vocals. I enjoy all the vocals in the verses, but it's the chorus where he shines the most, and where he screams Agents of Steel towards the end. The note he's hitting is just insanely high, and it just really stuck out in my mind when I first heard it, and I never forgot it. I first heard this track on one of those old Speed Kills compilations, and the rest of the album's fantastic as well, but the song Agents of Steel is just so good. Loads of great riffs, but yeah, for me, the vocals are the high point, literally. Some of the highs that John Soros hits are absolutely phenomenal. So high. But excellent, excellent stuff. A great track. Very catchy. Strong chorus. Great solos. Just brilliant, brilliant stuff. Back over to the UK now. And here's Acid Rain. And this is Moshkenstein, their debut album from 1988. And the track I'm going with is track 1, Goddess, which starts with a nice, fast, frantic, galloping riff. Excellent vocals in the verses from H. And the chorus is fantastic as well. Very, very catchy. It's just a great, great start to this album. I really think H sort of shines vocally on this. But some great riffs as well. I love the drums. Very fast. Very frantic. Loads of attitude. Goddess from Acid Rain's Moshkenstein from 1988 is an excellent album. Sorry, an excellent track. And I absolutely love it. Over to America again, and Death Angel, the Ultraviolence, their debut album from 1987, and the track I'm going to go with is Mistress of Pain. Again, riffs that are not really that difficult to play, but incredibly catchy, and they grab your attention. The vocals from Marco Segueda are really, really good. And the riffs from Rob Caviston, I've said that wrong, apologies, and Gus Pepper are just absolutely great. Great riffs. The vocals are good. Drums are excellent. These guys were so young when they made this album. They're so talented. Yeah, Mistress of Pain is a fantastic song, but there's loads of great songs on this album. But that's the one I'm going to go with. Excellent riffs, great chorus, great vocals, brilliant stuff. They're all great on this, but that's probably my favourite on the whole album. Excellent, excellent stuff from Death Angel. Some more modern day thrash now, and here's Havok and their album Conformicide. The track I'm going to go with is track 2, Hang 'em High. The bass is very prominent and mixed on this album, and especially in this song, some excellent riffs. The vocals are really, really good, highly screamed, sound very, very effective. Vocals are good in the chorus, but it's in the verses, but it's the chorus where they're at their best. Really screaming out the words "hang 'em high." Sounds fantastic. Some nice solos, but yeah, the bass is where it's at for me most in this. Very, very catchy. Some great bass work, and drums are fantastic. And "Hang 'em High" from Havok's Conformicide is an excellent modern day thrash metal song, which is a real beast. 2 left to go, and Forbidden, Twisted into Form, a fantastic album from 1990. And the song I'm going to go with is Out of Body, Out of Mind, which is track 3. Yeah, track 3. Absolutely fantastic stuff. For me, mostly driven by Paul Bostaff's amazing drumming. This is the last thing he did with him, of course, before he went to join Slayer. His drums are amazing. And the other standout for me on this is Russ Anderson's vocals. Now, Forbidden have recently reformed, but unfortunately, Russ isn't part of it. He's decided that he doesn't want to go back out touring anymore, which is fine. You know, he's got to do what's best for him and his life. But his vocal performance on this is absolutely fantastic. Great vocals in the verses. Chorus vocals are really, really good, very strong, some great riffs, some good solos. But yeah, the vocals and the drums where it's at for me on this one. But the whole track's a banger, and it's one that I always crank up to 10 any day of the week. Forbidden, Out of Body, Out of Mind from Twisted Into Form is an amazing song, and it's an album of amazing songs, but that's probably my favourite on the entire album. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. And last up, we're going to head back to Germany, and here's Tankard and their third full-length album, The Morning After, from 1988, and I'm going with the title track, first track on side 2. Excellent stuff. Again, it's very fast, frantic riffage, great drums. I mean, the drums on this from Oliver are bordering on death metal. They're so fast. The riffs from Andy and Axel are just excellent, and it's the vocals in the chorus that stand out the most for me. Very, very catchy, screaming the sort of the vocals out, and it just sounds excellent. It's my favourite song on this entire album. Shitface is a close second, but the title track from Tankard's The Morning After is my favourite. An excellent song. Great guitar work, great drums. The drums are absolutely amazing, actually. Fantastic vocals, excellent German thrash. And The Morning After, from The Morning After, is an absolutely phenomenal track, which I absolutely love. So there we go, guys. 25 of my favourite thrash metal songs. Thank you for watching. If you've made it all the way to the end, it's very much appreciated. As always, get in the comment section. Let me know what you think about these songs that I've picked. What are some of your favourite thrash metal songs? I'd love to hear from you, as always. So until then, I'll see you next week. Cheers, take care, and I'll see you soon. And just before I go, I have made up a Spotify playlist of all these songs, and I will leave a link to it in the description box of this video if you want to check it out. If you might be not familiar with some of these songs, head on over and check them out. See you soon.